Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I'm continuing my Moon Through the Houses series in Synastry. So in this video I'm going to talk about what it means to have your moon falling into someone's 6th house in Synastry, or their moon falling into your 6th house in Synastry. So this is exciting because I feel like the 6th house is often described in a more negative way when really, I mean, it's just one of the 12th houses. I mean, we have all of these areas in our life, and they're all important for different reasons. So the 6th house represents day-to-day work, service, health, our physical body, our mental health and energy, in our mind as well. So when someone's moon is falling into your 6th house, they can really help you organize your life because they're bringing their emotional self, their moon, their nurturing self, their feminine energy into this area of life for you where you sometimes actually can't see exactly what is holding you back. Like the 6th and 12th houses can appear very faded. And the 6th house is quite a lot more conscious than the 12th house, but there is still an energy of like burden. Like you can feel burdened by energies in the 6th house. So when someone's moon is coming, they're activating, if you've got a planet there, or just lighting up that house, they can really help you gain mental clarity on your health, your day-to-day routines, and what maybe needs to be changed or reworked so that you can actually become more efficient, more grounded, more healthier, and more actually in tune with the energy of service. So sometimes when we have 6th house overlays, the planet person, and sometimes it can switch, but sometimes the planet person can feel that they are doing all the giving, and the house person is taking. So in some cases, you could see this relationship being on the more unequal side. So specifically with the moon person could end up feeling emotionally drained. Like everything that they give to the 6th house person isn't really appreciated or isn't really reciprocated more than appreciated. It's not that it's not appreciated, it's just that like sometimes it can feel like for the moon person that they're not really getting the equal exchange here. So the moon person has to just really be conscious of, why are they giving to the house person? Is it because they feel sorry for them? Is it because they feel like they can't do it on their own? And then those are the wrong reasons to be giving to someone, right? You want to be giving to them or helping them out of the goodness of your heart and because you love them and it feels good rather than just out of obligation. So that's where the 6th house can get a little tricky or a little negative, is when the service and the giving that someone is doing for the house person is not coming from a real, true, integrated place. So that's one of the negative manifestations. So I always like to share, potentials of every overlay, positive and negative. So that would be on the more negative side. The positive side of this overlay is really the house person is given the opportunity to understand the workings of their 6th house and become more nurtured, and they can really feel cared about by the moon person. Like they can really feel like the moon person notices the little things. Like the moon person with their emotional energy, their instinctual energy, can really help the 6th house person feel more solid in their life and their day-to-day routines. The moon person could even be a helpful person in those day-to-day routines. So if this is a long-term relationship and they're living together, the moon person can really bring a lot of energy to light up that area of life for them, that it can just feel like things flow easier with the moon person around. Now, you have to look at the nature of the sign of the moon person and the house person's sixth house. What is being brought out here? Because that's going to modify this a little bit. But the house person can definitely feel more clear on their day-to-day routines, their health, like getting more grounded in their life is really part of this overlay. And also you could see with the other earth houses too. When we have people falling into our earth houses, they do just kind of help to ground us. Now, this one is not particularly like a romantic, steamy, hot overlay. The moon person can feel a subtle sense of debt or obligation towards the house person, or guilt even, that's sort of misplaced, but like they really do want to help the house person. And then the house person can feel grateful to the moon person that someone actually sees them in this way and cares about all the little things that they do. Like sometimes with certain overlays, you know, we're so focused on the big picture that we don't feel like, you know, someone actually cares about the simpler things, or the more day-to-day routine things. Like moon in the sixth house is like the moon person knows exactly how the house person likes their cup of coffee and makes a great effort to make it for them exactly in that way. And like these are the kind of small acts of service that really characterize this overlay. It can be a little bit of a mothering kind of sense too, and depending on the sign of the moon too, that energy could come out in a little bit of a maybe offering help when it wasn't asked for kind of way. So this is not a favorite overlay really of mine, just because of the way that things can sometimes happen here, where yeah, sometimes the moon person can offer help that feels maybe overbearing or unwanted to the house person. So you have to look at what sign is going on here, and if it's making conjunctions to personal planets of the house person, whether this will be enjoyable or not. Because, you know, for some good reason, you know, certain house overlays are more difficult. This is probably a more difficult overlay. The 6th and 12th house in general can be difficult because they represent mental energy that sometimes is unconscious to us. And, you know, with this one, it can activate a sense in both people of like more worry. So it's not the most like lighthearted overlay either, but like I said, its many benefits are, you know, getting clearer on these 6th house matters, and even like working together would be really good with this overlay. Or like if you it could be like client and mentor relationship. Like sometimes 6th house overlays work best in those kind of relationships. But you have to look at everybody and look at the whole chart. You know, someone with a 6th house stellium and then having someone's moon coming in there and conjuncting it, that's going to feel really natural and good, right? So you have to kind of look at who it is, whether they're going to be a fan of this type of energy or not. But there can be a lot of practical consideration and caring when someone's moon is falling into your 6th house, and so that can be much appreciated. And this relationship can feel intimate because of the moon person noticing the little details about the house person, if they genuinely, you know, are wanting to help them, which usually this overlay they are. So you have to kind of look at that as well. Like, what is the moon person's intentions with this when they're landing here in the 6th house? So if their intentions are good, then yeah, the moon person, the house person can feel really cared about and really seen by the moon person. So yeah, that's a bit about this overlay. I'd love to know your experience of it. Was it like this? Was it not at all? And I'm doing your requests. Let me know any requests you may have, and I'll try and do them. Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.